if you're a Montreal Canadiens fan, you might want to turn this video off. You probably won't because you want to hear what I have to say about your team, but it's like, 1:30, 2 a.m. in the morning in Montreal? Go to bed. I absolutely won't hold it against you if you decide to skip out on this one. I'm giving you the pass. If you want to go to bed, that's fine. If you want to stick around, though, I have some harsh words that I have to lay out onto your team. Because I get it. I'm a Canucks fan. Canucks are my favorite teams. Habs are my second favorite team, though, and I've been very adamant about that. The past few seasons, most people who know me on the YouTube community will say, oh, he's a Canucks, and he's a Habs, and he's a Red Wings fan. The Habs are his second favorite team, the Red Wings are his third favorite team. Despite the fact that this is a game between my top two favorite teams, Vancouver and Montreal, this was one of the rare instances where 100% of my emotional devotion to the game was centered on one team and not the other. I'll say this before we get underway with the review of the game. Vancouver, they needed this more. Vancouver is in the midst of a tight, some would say it's out of reach, but others would be a little bit more optimistic and say that it's mathematically possible. They have themselves a playoff race right here. And with Edmonton winning in overtime earlier tonight against the Washington Capitals, by the way, TJ Oshie scoring with like 2 seconds left to send it to overtime in the first place, giving us Canucks fans hope, only for McDavid to take it away in OT. This was a huge, huge game. The Canucks are kicking off their 7-game homestand. They're starting it off against Montreal. Montreal, I'm sorry, Montreal. You know how much I love you, but Montreal's a bad team this year. This is a team that has won however many games in 7. Under Martin St. Louis, they only lost like once. Yet, this team is still second last in the NHL. This is not a team that needs the win right now. It's not. Vancouver needed these 2 points way more than Montreal did, which is why, in my heart, even though I'm a Canadiens fan and I loved seeing Artturi Lehkonen do what he did, I loved seeing Pitlick, what an absolute monster he is, I loved seeing Caufield, I loved seeing Montembeault make some brilliant saves, even though that was the case, I cheered my head off when the Vancouver Canucks scored their goals and ultimately took the win in this game. Vancouver defeats Montreal at home at a 7:52 puck drop game. Yeah, absolutely ridiculous, right? Like, I can't believe that. It's 7:52 here, and that's what a lot of Canucks fans would consider late because we never get any games that start this late. I just couldn't imagine what it was like in Montreal, having the game start at almost 11 p.m. Like, yikes, eh? But either way, the final score of the game, Vancouver wins this one 5-3. In a game where, honestly, I'm going to say it, Montreal was pretty lucky to stick around in the way that they did, because I came away out of most of these periods thinking that Vancouver was the better team by a pretty significant margin, yet the score didn't really start to reflect that until the third period. Let's go over the game highlights and see what I mean right here. The Vancouver Canucks kick things off on a very poor foot. It's Tyler Motte who immediately goes to the box for tripping Ben Chiarot. Unbeknownst to the referee who made the call, though, Ben Chiarot actually tripped on the back of the net, and he didn't trip on Tyler Motte's stick. Terrible call to start things off, but the Vancouver Canucks go out there and kill it. Eventually, Kulak goes to the box for holding Elias Petersson. That one is also killed off, so back-to-back PKs for both teams going at 100% right here. Both teams in the first period, for the first 10 minutes, they're trading some great chances. Suzuki had a point-blank shot in front. Höglander tried to force a wraparound. Petersson also had a cross-crease chance that barely stayed out. But the first goal of the game goes to Montreal. The Habs get themselves a 2-on-1 because it's Tyler Myers who pinches in and gives up this chance. Jake Evans goes to Artturi Lehkonen, one of the hottest Canadiens the past few games. Quinn Hughes gets spun around in the play, and Artturi Lehkonen makes the pass work. They convert on the 2-on-1, and Vancouver is down at home. Okay, how are they going to respond? That was the immediate thing that I was thinking about, and I was super pleased to see that the Vancouver Canucks responded with some pretty great energy. Brock Boeser steals the puck in tight, and he goes off the post on the backhand. Miller gets a shot in front. It doesn't go. Miller gets it back, feeds the point. Hunt to Hamonic. He shoots, and he scores. 1-1 immediately after it was 1-0. The Vancouver Canucks reply instantly with some strong pressure. They go hard on the boards, they steal the puck, they get a few chances, and they force one in. Hamonic drives it by, and You know, for all the crap that we give Travis Hamonic for being Travis Hamonic, the guy's been on a heater as of late when it comes to making some points on the board. So I'll give him props for this. It's 1-1 with 6:25 left in the first period. And the period ends that way after the Canadiens get a few more chances out in front on the side of the Canucks net in between the face-off circle. It's kind of weird, but you have yourselves quite a few opportunities the Canadiens get right there. The second period starts, and the Canucks actually get themselves a brilliant chance. It's Pearson and Boeser who get themselves a 2-on-1. Boeser gets the cross crease, dekes the backhand. It gets stopped, but Hoffman slashes Boeser for a power play. Now, the power play gets killed, so the Canucks are 0 for 2 still, but there was some pretty good pressure to start it off. Bo Horvat actually fanned on a shot that was right in front. It's just unfortunate that the Canucks could not go out there and make do on this power play. The Canucks then get caught on a change. It's Yoel Armia who cuts wide, and Demko is forced to make a brilliant glove save, so we know that he's actually got his head in the game as well. JT Miller then goes out there and does something kinda dumb. He gives the puck away in the neutral zone, and after the Canadiens come in on a rush, he slashes a guy, which leads to a penalty. JT Miller's gone out there, even though he has an assist already on the Hamonic goal. What the heck was that? You can't be doing plays like that, Miller. It's the halfway mark of the second. You can't do that. Cole Caufield had himself a brilliant chance right in front on this power play where he wound up and he slapped it right into Demko's chest. He had ages of time to just do something with it, and he didn't really know what he could do. He was just kind of held up in the shooting position right there. But the Canucks eventually kill this JT Miller slashing penalty, and the Canucks go on the power play right after. Josh Anderson goes to the box, and Brock Boeser is right there on the side to score immediately after. He forces it right by. He gets a shot in tight on the goalie. It gets saved, but the rebound comes right back to Boeser, who bangs it in. And it's 2-1 Vancouver. There's another assist for Miller. Montembeault gets beaten. It's 2-1 Vancouver. Give it a few more minutes, and Artturi Lehkonen again? Bo Horvat chops the puck into the Canucks corner, the opposite corner. OEL misses it, and it's picked up by Pitlick. He centers it, and Artturi Lehkonen is right there to jam it in through the 5-hole of Demko. You could see he did not like that goal going in. So there you go. I mean, Pitlick and Lehkonen, good to see them doing what they're doing, but because of this goal and because of the ensuing events, this became just so much more frustrating to watch for a Canucks fan, because Connor Garland gets robbed right in front with 3 minutes left on a cross-crease attempt. Tyler Myers gets himself a cross-checking penalty on the most obvious you shouldn't do that play imaginable. The Habs had themselves a power play towards the end of the second. It was killed off, thank goodness. You had yourselves a PD to Garland to Lammikko play that went off the post that was behind Montembeault, and it stayed out for like 3 seconds before Montembeault got his glove on it. 12 seconds left, that one's not in. The period ends off 2-2. The Canucks are the better team in this game, and they need this way more than Montreal needs this. Now, this is what I was saying. I get morale. I get the Martin St. Louis bump. I get the hype for Montreal, and I sympathize with it. But this is the 1% of the time I need the Habs to back off. Vancouver needs this game more. And the third period starts, and Tyler Myers, man, what are you doing? He gets caught standing still at the blue line, and he gives Caufield a 2-on-1. It doesn't go, so thank you, but guess who is there to go out and ease all of my worries on this game right here? It's JT Miller, who steals the puck from Jeff Petrie in the neutral zone. Oh man, Petrie looked good starting up, warming up the bus, galloping down the left side as he starts that rush out, but Miller just absolutely strips him of the puck, comes right in across the blue line. Before he even hits the hash marks, he shoots it and he scores it. Ryan Kessler style, man. Ryan Kessler style right there. The steal, the snipe, the celly. That was not even like a slap shot or anything. He just kind of pulled it forward and he sniped it right by. Beautiful goal by JT Miller. 3rd point on the night. You then had yourselves Ben Sherratt, who goes to the box for high-sticking Tanner Pearson. And guess what? It's JT Miller again, who comes in across the red line. He drops it back for Petey, who splits the D. drags it, shoots it, rips it far side post and in. What a beautiful goal by Elias Petersson. It is now 4-2 Vancouver. Miller gets his 4th point on the night, and he is now tied with Mikko Rantanen for 9th in the NHL in total points. It's the JT Miller show tonight, everybody, and Elias Petersson is the newest recipient of being awarded a prize. The Habs got themselves an actual power play afterwards, after Bo Horvat goes to the box. And what? The Canucks end up giving up a goal here. Not on the power play, it came a little bit after that, but with 4 minutes left, 4:30 left actually, the Habs pull the goalie. It's 6-on-5. Cole Caufield has the puck in the left corner. Everybody is looking at him. Demko is looking at him. All the 3 forwards on the ice are there looking at him. And Caufield perfectly feeds this right across to Pitlick. Pitlick is on the right side. He one-times it in. Demko doesn't even see it. This shot goes far side. And Demko, because he didn't see the pass go, he didn't move. He was just a sitting duck on that one as Pitlick blasts it in, makes it 4-3 with 4:25 left. And the last few minutes of this game, oh boy, they were really antsy. The Habs are trying to press and get the tying goal. I'm thinking in my head, dude, the Canucks just need this one. They need this one more. Please, somebody do something with it. And eventually, after a timeout, after an icing call and everything, Bo Horvat scores on a backhand after Petey forces it out. Pearson is there too. Vancouver wins this one 5-3, and JT Miller ends off the night with 4 points. Thatcher Demko was a busy goalie today, but not as busy as Samuel Montembeault. Montembeault had the majority of the bigger chances. Demko had a few go by him that you probably could say he wanted to get back, but for the most part, the better team won. I'm sorry, Montreal. I love you guys. And you know I love you guys. But this was the one time I needed to see Montreal lose. And it happened. So, Canucks fans, Habs fans, let me know in the comments all your thoughts about tonight's game, Vancouver versus Montreal. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.